Well, hello. I think that should be me connected, and if someone is listening on the screen and can just say hello, Hugh, I will know that you can in fact hear me. Nice to see all the chat messages going by. I wonder if I think there's some people saying yes. Some people have seen. It's been a busy day because I'm just waiting to see if someone can hear us. What's coming through? Hello, Hugh. Hooray! Someone can hear it. Yes. So, and I've got a different microphone on now, which I've discovered doesn't have the annoying buzz that I had the other day. So, it's been a very busy day for me. I've done a whole series of radio interviews this morning on BBC Radio about singing restrictions and stuff, and trying to get in about Music Sunday as well. Though when they were all back to back, it was a bit tight to get very much in because I had set questions they were giving me, and then I kept trying to respond with the answers I wanted to give. But they were so tight that sometimes the next programme was trying to ring while I was still speaking to the previous one. Anyway, good to be able to do it. And then we've just been, as you might have seen, there was a programme called BBC One Songs of Praise about the power of music. And one or two people saying, why didn't I mention the self-isolation choir? Well, of course, in the interview I did with them, I did, as I did about the Music Sunday service from Lichfield. But of course, they cut. My interview with them was probably about, I was with them for about an hour and a half. And then it got, of course, condensed into about 45 seconds or something. And so, unfortunately, you don't have the control over what they do and don't include. But I suppose we should be thankful that they had a programme that was thinking about music at all. And so, no matter, because actually, of course, our own Music Sunday service will absolutely be talking about the self-isolation choir and this whole project as part of it. I did go down, so if you're able to watch the service later, then do tune in on our YouTube channel at 6 o'clock. And I did go down to Lichfield, I suppose it was a fortnight ago, and record a little introductory piece that goes out in the middle of the service, actually explaining that the anthem was specially recorded by you. And of course, you're about to hear it in, how are we doing for time? A couple of minutes to go. Because actually, this is the moment where you get to hear what it is you've been doing. So, hello from everywhere, where all you're doing. God, this is, honestly, blooming media. Yeah, it's a fickle thing working with media. And I'm all right, I'm running on adrenaline really today, but it wasn't early start because the first of these interviews I had was at 7 a.m. Although I can see that it's early for some people in different parts of the world now. So anyway, thank you for all of these people who've been doing it. Yes, it should be, and of course this will be a short thing because we've got these two quite short pieces to work through, but actually nonetheless worth doing. And I'm just going to keep this computer awake by just clicking on anything to make it remember that I'm still here. I think it's been such a really good thing to do, and actually it's a really good example, as I've said all along, about drawing different people together. Yes, lots of people. Greetings to all of these people. Honestly, the recording you're about to hear is great. So thank you for all the people who sent in the recordings. I know it's hard work doing it at home, isn't it? As with any recording session, that and you kind of got to get everything set up right, and then you've got to think it through and get it right, and then the dog barks 3/4 of the way through, so you have to wind it back to the beginning and do it all again. And it's the perils of recording. And something happens. It's interesting because a lot of people say to me, "Oh, suddenly you can hear here lots of bird song." And we live in a very quiet village, so there are lots of birds around, much to my younger daughter's delight because she's a great bird watcher. Just hearing, can you hear them? Oh, you can hear a computer going 3 o'clock. But I don't know where I was going with that. Yes, so you hear one of the funny things about recording with microphones is they pick up noises off your ears in real life, just filter out. So you don't notice the aeroplane passing in real life, or you don't notice the noisy motorbike because you're focused in the space you are. Somehow microphones reduce that number of dimensions so you hear all of these things. Greetings, yes, it's nice to hear all of these people doing it. So look forward to joining you. Yes, we're hoping that I can do another project in the future with the self-isolation choir. We've just been looking about some possible dates for that, and I'm really grateful. I don't know if it's Mark on the self-isolation controls today, but it's been great to work with Mark, and indeed the other Mark and Ben, to be able to do this. And Jennifer says, yes, helicopters in your case. Somebody says it's unbearably hot. We'll start in a second. Somebody says it's unbearably hot in Thailand. I can tell you that in Derbyshire today, it was pretty hot yesterday. Today it's sort of a bit grey and overcast. And it rained all morning. So my cunning plan of cutting the grass after this was finished is going to have to have been is going to be changed. And someone asked, have I been rewarded with cinnamon buns? No, alas, not this week. But there's always next Friday. Cinnamon buns. If you get to go to Ashbourne, go to the bakery on the Market Square because it does do absolutely epic. Well, all of the bread there is fantastic, but the cinnamon buns are to die for. So, look, it's 3 o'clock. Welcome, everybody. It's so nice to see you here. And let me begin by saying thank you. Thank you for all your dedication. Thank you for all of your input. Thank you for the chance to be part of this really excellent project. And it's a really good example of how people can come together and learn something fresh and use it to a really good purpose. And now, of course, we're really here having a little concert for us to be able to enjoy the fact that nobody's heard this piece yet, other than Mark's heard it and Ben's heard it, I guess, and I've heard it. But and Sam, our digital guy, has heard it now because he's got it ready to play out later. And he did comment back, oh, sounds really good. And I don't mean that in a surprise way, but as I said, those that were with me on Thursday, Sam is fairly critical of recordings because he's got a technician's ear and he likes standards to be good, and he was definitely impressed by this one. So that's really good. So actually, we don't really need a piano, but I thought what we do is just a very brief warm up, and then what we're going to do is have a listen through what is effectively a world premiere of this piece, because the only way it's been done previously is certainly by a large choir. I guess it might be possible that some choirs have done it in churches this morning, because we did originally encourage people to do that, and we know people have bought some of the music, but of course they will only by definition be small choirs of 6 or fewer, because in England that's where the restrictions are at the moment. But we're a big choir and we've managed to put it all together and it sounds fantastic, really fantastic. So I thought what we would just do is a little warm up together to get ourselves in the zone, and then what we would do is listen through this recording. I might just sort of conduct along a little bit, and then we'll sing through the Fauré just as a sort of little between course interlude, and then we'll finish by actually cranking up the volume, standing up and belting out your own part of God of all creation. So there's so much chat going on today, I can't read it fast enough. It's brilliant to see all these things going on. So someone's been not very well, but seems to be getting better. So don't talk to me about next door's building work, but at least on a Sunday there are no diggers in the field next door turning it into a house. So nice and peaceful here today. Wherever you are, I'm going to ask you, if you possibly can, to stand up. And if you can't stand up, sit up as best you're able in wherever you are. And let's just do 2 quick things. We're going to do 3 quick exercises. 1 breathing one, 1 sort of pitch one, and 1 just see if we can get our mouths going 1. So first of all, we're going to breathe in for 4 counts. We're going to hold it, and then we're just going to do that same one last time, the puncture and the pin, psst, tire pressures thing. Okay, so we're going to do it for 8 counts. So here we go. First of all, we're going to breathe in. Ready? Here we go. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4. Hold. Ready. Here's the pin. Psst. And as you relax the air, just the muscles, let that all come in. Okay, so one more time. Oh, so someone says they've been on catch-up for most of the project. Yeah, well, greetings, Ingrid. It's lovely to have you here on absolutely live stream. There seems to be, someone was talking about somebody getting better, but now there's a cat getting better. So there seems to be a lot of different illnesses. I hope, though, that they're all getting better. Let's try that breathing exercise one more time. Here we go. So we're going to breathe in. 2, 3, 4. Hold it. Now, 8. Go. Great. And don't forget, you need to be really precise about where that goes. Do you know the phrase, the song, Somewhere Over the Rainbow? Somewhere over the So we're just going to sing that much because it's got a nice octave leap. Somewhere over the rainbow. No more of the song. We're going to start down a little bit lower. Somewhere. So after 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Somewhere over the rainbow. Rainbow. Make sure you shade it off, won't you? Let's try this one. I'm not shy. Somewhere. Just let that little high note come out. Don't reach for it. It'll just happen. 1, 2, 3, 4. Somewhere over the rainbow. And the next one. And 3, 4. Somewhere over the rainbow. And as you go up, somewhere, use the mo in the middle to somewhere to help you up. Use the muscles down here. Don't use the throat to do that. 1 and 3, go. Somewhere over the rainbow. Now it's getting a bit high for the altos and the basses, but go on, just go for it one more time. And ready, go. Somewhere over the rainbow. Probably soprano and tenor land now. We'll do 2 or 3 more just to get up to the G. And 3, 4. Somewhere. F sharp now, and ready, go, song. And the last one, 3, 4, somewhere. Okay, let's just, I told you we do the third of the 3 exercises before we sing the Totney through. Well, listen to it. Is first of all, we're going to do 9 scales, and so we did these before. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just join in, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, of course, your cameras are all off, but this is the one where you need 4 fingers. So you don't sing the number 4. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. So just make sure that you've got your so you don't sing 4, but you hold up 4 fingers. It's really important that you do a gesture there to keep your brain active. 1 and ready. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 3, 2, 1. Of course, I need 3 hands to be able to play this. I'd be a much better pianist if I had 3 hands. We'll try 1 notch higher, a little bit. Now this time we're going to take out 7 as well, okay? So you need 2 hands. So when you get to 4, 4 fingers go up. When you get to 7, obviously you need 2 hands to do it. 1 and ready. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 8, 9, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, I think I've got one wrong there. We'll go a bit quicker. You do it. I'll concentrate on playing. You concentrate. No 4, no 7, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 8, 7, 3, 2, 1. Hands up, hands down. Who knows where they're going? It really doesn't matter. Now, you might just want to sit down for a moment, just while we have a listen to the Totney first of all. This is the moment we've been waiting for. So, I think the 2 things that I'd say about this that are really good is that it sounds very together and it sounds very committed. So it sounds really uplifting to listen to. And I think this is a terrific achievement. So nobody's heard this before. This is the premiere, but actually it's going out again, remember, in our Music Sunday service in 3 hours' time. And so it's just great, and I really hope you. So, are you ready? I think we're good to go. So, for the minute, don't sing. Just listen. Don't sing. Just think, hey, this was me. No, don't think that. Think, hey, this is us, because it's a team effort. Here we go. Well, what do you think to that then? Now, I don't know. I think that's just fantastic, actually. And if it doesn't make you smile there, sitting and listening, I hope you had some headphones on or speakers that you could crank it up properly loud. If you don't think that sounds good, then I'm really disappointed for you because I think it sounds brilliant. You're very harsh self-critic if you don't think. I think it's so good. And as somebody said, we cracked truth. We did. Now, Mark said Benoit did the mixing of this to get it to sort of all blend together. My goodness, he's done a great job. But you can't fix a bad recording. There's only so much you can do as an engineer. You know, I've tried to edit recordings with an engineer from recording. If it hasn't been well recorded in the beginning, you're really a bit snooker to what you can do. So look, you've learned this piece from scratch and it sounded really, really good. And I think, as I say, the thing that I was really pleased with is about how together it sounded, and things like singing through the long phrases and the crescendos are all there and the words are really clear and actually it's really good. Somebody asked the question, has Chris Totney heard it? Now that's a good point. Now that we've done it, and then you've now heard it, before this evening's service, I think I'll just send him an email with a link to it so that he can just get an idea of what's coming, so that because he ought to be jolly proud of hearing this piece, I think. We'll have a go at singing it in just a minute, don't you think? So congratulations to you all. I really hope you feel pleased about it because it's a really good achievement. By any standards, it's a really, really good achievement. Why don't we just put that aside for a moment and just because it's beautiful, sing the other piece, the Cantique de Jean Racine. We're just going to sing it through, just for ourselves. And then we're going to go back and we're going to finish with the Totney piece saying, turn it up and sing out loud. Okay, so this one we're also going to sing out loud and have a go at doing this. So the Cantique, of course, you've got to switch into a slightly different mode, not least because of the French language. If the words begin to be a bit tricky for you, just sing something, eh? Look, you've got to just keep singing. Nous rompons le silence. You have to get your accent in around the French, the French. It's more in the front here. So, nous rompons le silence. Divin sauveur, je te sonne les yeux. Réponds sur nous le feu de ta grâce puissante. Que tu l'enfer fut au son de ta voix. Dissipe le sommeil d'une âme languissante, qui l'a conduit à l'oubli de tes lois. All these vowel sounds. Qui l'a conduit à l'oubli de tes lois. Ô Christ, sois favorable à ce peuple fidèle, pour te bénir maintenant rassemblé. Oh, sorry, missed a line here. Maintenant rassemblé, I was right. Reçois les chants qu'il offre à ta gloire immortelle. Et de tes dons qu'il retourne comblé. I always thought that when my children went through school, it would give me a brilliant chance to refresh all of the things that I'd sort of forgotten from all those years ago. And sadly, it hasn't happened. So I feel really bad that now my elder daughter's just done her GCSE, well, not quite exams, as I think I might have said, and she's done French, and she's really good at it. And now I sort of sat there. I was trying to test her on her French orals and things, and I could sort of say the words, but alas, and in the knowledge that my understanding of the meaning was slightly, should we say, suboptimal. Never mind. We can all enjoy singing this beautiful piece, a prayer saying, receive the song we offer and send us forth endowed with gifts of grace. Well, look, there's a nice thought for a Sunday afternoon. Here we go. Are we ready? You need to be back at the beginning of the Cantique de Jean Racine. I will conduct us through. Excuse me here. Sorry, just got to find. Cantique de Jean Racine. So you've got to sing this time. And actually, before we start, sorry. Just to say, of course, just think that the piece starts at the beginning. And when you eventually get to, and I know the sopranos have to wait quite a long time before they do anything, the basses, you get your chance to go first, and then the tenors, and then the altos, and then the sopranos. But you are all building onto the same piece. So don't just go, oh no, I'll wake up and do my bit. Be in the moment. Be in the moment from the very beginning. This beautiful melody at the beginning. Got to do it. Yes, Chan, yeah, I do have a cockerel down the garden. I've got the door open for a bit of air. The cockerel's name is Beaky. I think he's... Yeah, they normally get some corn in the afternoons and they haven't had it yet, so I think he's trying to tell us something. So, do stand if you can. Sit up straight if you don't want to do that. Here we go. Isn't it just perfection, that piece? It's just glorious. It's such a rewarding piece to sing, I think, and this piece is so hard to tire of, isn't it? So somebody saying, isn't it wonderful to think that 100 people tuned in at the moment who are just singing together wherever they are in the world? Isn't that just a glorious thing to know that you've just shared your performance? Well, someone says with 99 because I'm just listening. Well, look, it doesn't matter if you're the 99th person. Then I'm glad you're able to join in. If you're there are of course some other wonderful pieces of Fauré to sing, particularly the Requiem. But if you, as a solo singer, there are these wonderful French chansons he wrote as well. Do have a look at those. Now, there's a mess bass as well if you're in the upper voices. And I think then what we should do now is just return to the Totney and actually finish by doing this. I like the idea of Captain Beaky and his band that somebody put in. I think I might start a group of singers called that. So we're going to finish this short little afternoon concert by saying, thank you for everybody being part of it, and thank you to the Self-Isolation Choir from me for the chance to do this project. It's been such fun. And let's all just sing. Now, one of the things we've been saying for today is sing in solidarity in song, because face-to-face singing is still so restricted at the moment. Here's a great way. So there's 100 other people around the world able just to sing and raise their voices in, and there is something very powerful about that. We're hoping that we'll get a lot more than that at the Music Sunday service this evening. Although last year we had 2,000 people join us live, and that was wonderful. This year I don't know if it'll be so many, because of course now there are so many more online offerings that people have got ready, but I hope a good number will join us for doing it. That, though, might well include you, so if you'd like to tune in for that, you're really, really welcome. If you want to find it, the best way probably is so you can go to YouTube and find the RSCM Centre is the YouTube channel, or if you go to the RSCM's website, which is rscm.org.uk, and on the top there's a link on the front of the homepage. It's the thing about Music Sunday, and it'll take you a couple of click-throughs and will take you to where you need to be. So let's sing. Doing this. This is so this isn't quite the world premiere now, is it? Because we just had that a few minutes ago. But this is the moment you get to sing it. So wherever you are, you've got to stand up, you've got to sit up, and you've got to turn it up, and you've got to join in with all of these wonderful voices. And yours is one of them, of course, and this is the moment to be able to do it. So here's our grand finale thing. It does say, yes, don't forget the like button. So yes, definitely be along this evening. Oh. Our chair of council's just said he's watched Songs of Praise and thought it was good, so that's all right. It was as those who didn't listen earlier say, there was a programme about the power of music at Songs of Praise on BBC One, went out, obviously in the UK, at lunchtime today, and it did have a bit about the RSCM, and yes, I did. When we were doing the interview, I mentioned all of this project with the Self-Isolation Choir, and they nodded and smiled, and then, of course, editorially cut it out. It's the power of the editor's knife, but you can't do other things. So, here we go. And thank you. Somebody said they've advertised tonight's service in your church newsletter. That's great. Here we go. God of all creation. Good words, aren't they? And they're from a book of choir prayers that's being published, at some point later in the year. I'm not sure of the actual date. Which the idea is that they're prayers that a priest can say with the choir before or after a service. And actually, this is a really good one. And let's sort of sing the words. It's always about singing the words, whatever the music. It doesn't matter if it's, I see there's a new Beatles course just been advertised. It doesn't matter if it's Beatles songs or a sacred song like this. Just sing the words, because then that's where it gives it the meaning. Here we go. And smile.
Soul.
Wonderful. Excellent. I really hope you've had a good old sing there on a Sunday afternoon, well, or Sunday morning or Sunday evening, whatever time it is for you, wherever you are. I really hope you've had a good chance for a good sing about that. And it does sound so good. Thank you all for your company. It's been an absolute pleasure to spend time with you. Hopefully see many of you in 2.5 hours time as it is now at the Big Music Sunday service, so you can find it on our YouTube channel. I think this has been a really good example of a partnership between two organisations. The Self-Isolation Choir have been brilliant about sorting this out, and by the way, thank you to them for making the technology also smoothly efficient, and it's been and linking with the RSCM. I shall be keeping an eye on what the SIC is up to, as I warmly invite you to keep an eye on what the RSCM is up to. If you go to our website, at the bottom of the homepage, you can subscribe to our periodic e-newsletter so you can be aware of all the things that we've got going on over the well, years and years and years to come, of course. But for the moment, for now, I think that's the end of where we're at. So I do wish you well with the best of your days. Do whatever you do, keep singing. Do keep singing with hope and with gratitude that we're all safe and well. And actually, that was a really excellent way of spending the time. I think just go away feeling, yeah, do you know what? That sounded really pretty good, because it sounded really excellent. So a little bit of a self pat on the back at this point in time, I think, is absolutely well deserved. So thank you very much for your company. I shall sign out now, and look forward to being in touch with you and seeing you again at some future point. So to Mark and everybody at Self-Isolation Choir, thank you, and it's lovely been seeing all of your comments on this. I shall, as I said, as I sign off now, I shall just send a link to Chris Totney so he can enjoy it, and we shall be in touch again. But for now, I wish you well. God bless you. Bye-bye.